looking back at Archetype. It is 20 years old. This is when the album was released, and boy, did this make an impact. Not only did Fear Factory have a altered lineup, but they came back with force. Okay, so track 2, Cyber Waste. The music video was filmed in Perth, Australia, at the old abandoned power plant in Fremantle. The crew had a couple of hours before the police came. So you can find the footage on the net of the making of, or you have the awesome double CD with the album and the DVD of the Australian tour, studio time, and yeah, making of. There it is. So you got the DVD and you got the CD. Now, the artwork is very interesting. It's very grim. All the flesh and bones. Now, Bite the Hand That Bleeds is on Saw. Yep. That film is 20 years old now, too. And boy, did those movies have great soundtracks. Now, Archetype, the song, is about Dino. And when Dino came back in 2009, when Archetype was played, it was about Christian and Raymond. And now, it's about Burton, Christian, and Raymond. Funny. Now, a lot of people love Archetype. It's not on Spotify due to some licensing issues, so that's why. Have the physical version. Don't worry about your streaming. If you're driving in the car, just put a CD player in. Yeah, at home. Why just use your phone to listen to music? If you're using your phone to chat or your computer, yeah, you can have music on and whatnot, but come on. Physical copies could be obsolete. Everything's digimortal now. You know, these were manufactured for a reason. They'll become collectible. And people streaming now, you know, there's always different versions of songs up there. Get the real raw deal, which is what Archetype is. It's back to the raw energy of Fear Factory. Like when Slave Labor opens, like the sound, it's like, you know, something's rusted. Like that could be the machines. Like it said it's not a concept album, but it is. It's a different story. And that rust is, yeah, the machines are gone, and this is something else. You know, in Slave Labor, you got that cry for God, help me pour this gas on me. Need to drown in things to be free. Earlier it mentioned searing in the lava. So I've done a deep dive. That lava comes about and sears everyone. They're doused in gasoline and then they're just seared. But who's doing the lava? And is it God? No, it's a God. A God in the hive, which is mentioned. Slave Labor mentions drones in the hive. Drones is track 4. So here's where the story is going. The third song is Act of God. Archetype mentions God, help me pour this gas on me. Then you got Act of God. Well, there it is. Because Cyber Waste mentions a virus spreading disease. Archetype says the infection has been removed. So the disease in this hive are the drones. And the archetype is the one that speaks out. Then you got... Now, with corporate cloning, everything's being cloned. And it just repeats. The judgment, well, when you're facing against God, there's also mention about a contract with the devil in Archetype and a sealed inside a legal trap. Well, Fear Factory's been in that for ages. So it's sort of a self-bias resistor sense, but yeah. And it goes on, Bite the Hand That Bleeds, great ballad. You know, basically, lava is like blood, even though oil is the blood of earth. But, you know, the hand of God bites and it bleeds, so the lava is bleeding. Then it all goes up. And yeah, there is a cover on Archetype. It's School by Nirvana. And look, I don't like covers, but Fear Factory did pretty good with this, and there's so much insane drumming by Raymond. Like, the most insane is Cyber Waste. Act of God keeps fierce momentum. Then there's pulses every now and then. Bone Scraper has that blasty section, but the majority of the album is hard hitting and fine cruising. You know, it's not boring. Like, it's got a good mix. Like, when the heavy blast stuff hits, it's like, yes. But sometimes it's like, oh, can you keep it going? You know, like, these songs have great stuff, you know. They got sweet bass leads. They got some cool breaks. They got interesting fills. And then there's this, which is instrumental. Like, if you could improve this album, take that out, take the cover away, and add 2 more big heavy blast songs. So yeah, that's my thoughts of Archetype. It's one of my favorites, one of their best. The concept story is, you got the Archetype, who's the chosen one. He speaks out against the god of the hive. All the workers are just doing their thing, and every once in a while, an Archetype is chosen. The lava clears everything. The chosen one goes to face God. He just does everything he goes against, and he becomes the new God. And then it just repeats. That's basically what it is. You know, many songs reference the other. So you just listen carefully and closely, and you can find the story within. It's also a really, really cool album. The band split after Digimortal, and then they came back. Dino was gone. Brian Stroud was bassing. Christian was guitaring. They were the secret band at Big Day Out Australia 2004. And yeah, Archetype hits. It's got a little bit of the old school stuff from Concrete and Soul of a New Machine. Some new stuff. So it's like, there was sort of like a special one. And I want to say happy 20 years to one of the finest releases. I guess I dropped the ball getting Subliminal. Scare you later.